It's 9 o'clock on a Friday. Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today is Funday Friday. What does that mean? Well, it means that I have finished my lecture series for this week where we were talking about Plato's Republic and the fall of democracy and Aristotle's solution to it. And today we're just going to have some live wizard readings. We're going to give some paid free readings away for free, and we're going to do Q&A and tell some jokes. So if you guys are interested in that, let me know in the comments below. Hey, Super Al, how's it going? Heard was a great day to see what I was thinking of. What a good day for me. Nice. Hi, how's it going? Super Al. Hello, Princess. Welcome, welcome. And hello, Shadow Owl. Welcome. Hello. If you'd like to get a live wizard reading, you guys know the deal. All you need to do is share the stream. That qualifies you for the free wizard readings. And I'm not really sure how to give away the readings. Typically on Facebook, we would just have a... it would basically just be like a competition, but I can't really see it. The jokes. Yes. Oh, the jokes. We have the jokes. I liked and shared. Can I please have a reading? Absolutely, Cole. Let's get you a reading right now. Hey, Trent. How's it going? Yeah, so we're just going to have a laid-back stream. And if you guys have any questions or any topics, you guys are the content for today. And I'm going to do some live wizard readings, hoping to close up early here because unlike, as per the usual, I didn't follow my own advice and I haven't been sleeping much, which is very foolish. Carmen, I should say, is looking for a reading. Gamer Girl Safari says, hi. Woo. Not sure what that means, but thank you. Crap, I don't have a pen. All right, well, guess we're going with Sharpie. Well, there we go. I gotta all these notes. I wake up literally like every 5 minutes with an idea, and then I have to write it down, and then I don't sleep, and it's terrible. All right, Carmen, let's get you on the list. I love how we've just had like 7 different people who have messaged in the last 4 seconds, and it tells us that there's 3 people in here. That's beautiful. Fraud, I say. Akira, how you doing? And you were telling me to get some sleep. Yeah, I know. The problem is I try to go to bed, and then I just literally every 15 minutes, I'm like, oh, that's a great idea for the magic show. And then I wake up, and I write it down, and then I go back to sleep. And then I wake up, and then I go back to sleep. And it's a pain. It's a big pain. Thank you very much for that share, Stormy. I'll get you on the list. Stormy. Oh, Stormy. And you were telling me to get some sleep. I was. Laugh out loud. It's a face. Ah, got it. Kira says, how dare you? I'd like a share. Gosh, what was that? I remember there was like a meme going around on the internet. It was like some really ugly girl who was making like a really stupid face, and she would say, how dare you underneath it. I don't know what it was or who she was, but it was an alarming person. I looked at the person and said, that's a very odd human being. And that was about the full extent of my knowledge on the topic. I can't sleep, so what's up? Not much. Got any questions? Let me know. All right, let's get you a reading here, Cole. Wow, Cole, okay. Somebody's made some changes since yesterday. My goodness, okay. Looking into the past here, we see that you took a huge initiative here. It keeps buffering. Oh no, is it buffering? Stormy, is it buffering? Let me know in the chat if you guys can hear me right now. I'd love to know if it's working. Wait, can I get a reading? Samantha, yes indeed, you can get a reading. Samantha. Oh. All right, so Cole, we see the death card popping up for you here in the past. So this is about burning off the dead wood. This is about getting rid of bad habits, removing things that were holding us back, and really putting us in a new position where we're going to do the hard work to really get rid of the behaviors that are in our way. And sorry, let me just write Princess down there real quick. All right, got you on the list. So burning off the dead wood, getting rid of bad behaviors that are holding us down so that we can make room for, sorry, mine is the only one, I guess so. I'm scared of the whale challenge, never heard of it. My goodness. So the death card's about burning off the dead wood so that you leave the ground fertile so that new things can grow forth. So what this is about is really getting in the hard practice of saying what is holding me back and that I could remove, that would leave out a whole bunch of time for me to pursue something that really matters. This is a huge step for people in life, and this is usually the transformational period of the hero's journey. And we see that actually going into a perfect trajectory for you here, Cole, because the Magician card is coming up next. So what this is saying is you are now in a position, because you're letting go of bad habits and replacing them with good ones, you're in a really strong position to master good principles, good principled foundations, gain emotional control, gaining control over your emotions, using them to your advantage. You have a logical strategy in place, so you're ready to go, and you do have the material skill sets necessary to actually act out this plan in the real world. So you are in a really fantastic position for the trajectory you're on right now. This is really great to see popping up here. I hope that helps you out, and let me know if that's sounding accurate for you, Cole. If it is, let me know in the comments below. We'll move on to the next steps, and if not, that's perfectly fine. We'll adjust accordingly. Just let me know. Nema is looking for a reading as well. Cole says this is sounding accurate. Glad to hear that that's on point for you. And let's get Nema on the list. Nema, you're on the list now. Congratulations, Nema. By the way, did you guys enjoy the Charlie show tonight? V-Lone looking for a reading as well. All right, let's get you on the list here, sir. My goodness, I wish I had my clicky pen because it is annoying to keep opening and closing this. All right. So the next steps for you, Cole, what we see is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is knowledge of principles. This is saying that you are on a trajectory, once you take action on this, to put yourself at the head of the throne of your life, to be a person who lives by their principles, to ascend to a really strong position. This is typically archetypically associated with the guy that girls tend to fall for in the mysterious sense. So this is like a Jack Sparrow personality type, unpredictable, kind of dreamy and mysterious. And so that's kind of what we see popping up for you here. I hope that that gives you some direction, Cole. Hope that helps you out. Let me know in the comments below if that was helpful, and we're going to move on to the next reading. And if you guys like the stream, give it a share. And by the way, you can support the stream by, where the heck is my tip jar? I don't even know where it is. I have a tip jar, don't worry. It does exist. It's a mason jar. And so what you can do is go to paypal.me/askawizard, and you can write me a brief message and donate whatever you think these shows are worth to you. And think of it like a tip jar at the farmer's market stand, and I will read those on air in a magical way. I place them to my head with them crumpled up in a ball and try to figure out who they are, what question they asked, and answer the question without actually looking at it. Thank you very much, Stormy. I like my clock as well. So if you're interested in doing that, head on over to paypal.me/askawizard. And whenever we reach an amount, I'd say like 3 or 4 probably is what we need to get it to go. That is when I will do that effect. You can add a tip option on your live directly. Really? How do I do that? Interesting. I'll have to look into that. That'd be really cool. Camden, you are up next. Camden. The whale challenge is where someone tells you to kill someone you love. Okay, then you say no, and then you move on. You don't have to do what people tell you. Also, why would they call that a whale challenge? That's a very poor name, very bad branding. I could punch up their copy for them if they want. Tell them I'll take 16 Bitcoins, I'll punch up their copy, and then I'll also be a mole on the inside and feed all their info over to the FBI. How's that sound? Camden, are you still here? It's time for your reading. Let me know in the comments below if you're here, and we will get your reading started shortly. And if you got any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below, and we will chat about them while we wait. But they will find where you live, then own a gun. I mean, kind of solves all your problems. A big dog and a gun is a really, really good universal protection system. It's really alarmingly effective. No, I mean, that's what I do. You know, I actually went through that for a while here in the beginning phases when I was making some public predictions that all came true back in the day. Some people got very upset about the fact that I had predicted things, and I was getting a lot of death threats. So what I did is I got a Remington shotgun and left it in the background of my scene for about a month, and lo and behold, those all stopped coming. but they'll look like Scary Mickey. I don't know what that is. All right, Camden, going once. I found a stray pit bull today. She's adorable. Be careful with that, man. Yeah, not just because it's a pit bull, but stray animals in general. You don't know what led up to their life, so you don't know how they got there. So you just got to be really careful. You don't know, like, say, like, oh, this pit bull was raised in a house where they would hit them, for example, with like a stick, and then they see you with a rolling pin and they lose their mind because they PTSD out. Just be very, very careful with that, especially with a dog strong enough to do some real damage. Do be very careful. That's just good dog etiquette. Hey Tyler, what is your owl name next? What is the owl's name? Oh, this is the symbol of the Parliament of Owls. So anyone who's here is in the Parliament of Owls. They have owl names, and basically they're just the people who support me, help me out. Some of them are my clients. Some of them just enjoy the streams. Some of them donate. It's just people who like what I do and want to continue to grow it. That's kind of what I do. Basically, for my clients, what I do is I'm doing what teachers in schools were supposed to do, but they don't because they're horrible, evil systems run by bad people. That's what I do is I say, hey, what are you trying to accomplish in life? What are your goals? And then I go and research books, classical books that would be beneficial for you. And I say, hey, I think these 3 or 4 books will be beneficial for you, and then people pay me for the books, and that's basically it. I'm a book merchant. That's all I'm doing. And then I do paracosmic sessions one-on-one with people, which is kind of like a more like just getting your imagination involved with your goal setting, and so that's a paracosmic session. And then of course I do private magic shows and events. One of the PE teachers of my high school in my district got arrested. Ooh, good. Well, they deserve it. Congratulations. Get the filth out of these schools, man. I'm telling you, these schools are just filled with some of the worst people you can imagine. I am, sick. Just disgusting, some of the stuff that you see going on. Well, all of it. Basically everything you see in the public education system is just a disgrace. Cannot stand it. That's why I do what I do, and, well, it's one of the reasons I do what I do. People need another option than that just awful system. Looks like Camden is not here, so we're going to move on to, oh wow, thoughts on Plato and his beliefs. Well, you should check out the last 4 streams. We were talking about Plato's stuff the entire time there and discussing it. I think Plato's got has a lot of really good stuff, a lot of really strong arguments and great lessons on rhetoric and discussions. I think he misses the mark on politics. I see his point. I think Aristotle has better answers, though. I think Aristotle is more accurate than Plato, personally, but Plato's a better communicator, so you got to give him that. All right, Camden, we did not see you come in here, so let's move on to the next one, which is, oh gosh, can't read my own writing. Stamanda, Starma, I'm not sure who it is. I shared away. Well, thank you very much, Akira. I'll get you on the list. Akira, you are up. Akira, and then we have Samantha after that. Gosh, who is it? Let me see if I can scroll through and figure it out. Stormy, there we go. Stormy, if you're here, let me know in the comments below. Stormy, it's time for your reading. So happy I discovered this. I'm gonna watch all your videos tonight. Well, thank you very much, Princess. You might have a long adventure ahead of you because there's quite a lot of content on here. Stormy it is. Hey, Stormy, welcome. Let's get your reading going. Anything in particular you're looking for a reading on? Let me know in the comments below and we'll get your reading started right away. Hey, Carmen, how's it going? Carmen, sliding in at the last minute here, man. All right, Carmen, you're gonna get bumped because we got to do Stormies now. I already got them set up, but we'll get your reading started here in just a bit. Hi, I remember you. Well, hello, I remember you as well. Oh, no, you said, hi, you remember me. Wow, I read that wrong. Yes, I remember the .tv at the end of your name. All right, let's go, Stormy. Wow, we'll get the magician popping up again. I'm getting a lot of really good stuff coming for people today. Are we going to have a good weekend? I think we're going to have a good weekend, everybody. This is looking nice. All right, Mr. Socrates, would you be so kind? Looking into the past, we see the Magician popping up yet again. So this is about mastery over your material, the physical, the material, the emotional, the principled, and the intellectual. So this is about balancing all four aspects of what you need to accomplish in life and figuring out how you're going to take action on that information. So this is really about the planning phases. This is like writing down your strategy, figuring out the real things that you're going to actually do, making sure that you're motivated to do it, and then finally making sure it aligns with your principles. So we see a lot of planning going on here in the past. Now we're walking into the present, and what we see is the Page of Swords. So this is the beginnings of the adventure. So it looks like for you, this is more of an internal process. We were thinking through the plan, and now we're finally starting to take action on the plan. And so in terms of love, what this kind of means is like figuring out, all right, what do I want from a relationship? What are the things that I definitely do want? What are the things I definitely are not make or break, just nice to haves and nice to not haves kind of thing. And then there's the big deal things, the things that I'm like, I 100% will stand for these things and I will not tolerate these things. And now you're kind of going out and a little inexperienced. We're not too familiar with this process yet, but the Page of Swords is saying we're trying to go and apply that wisdom. We're taking the knowledge that we put together, these objective lists, and we're seeking out people who meet the qualities we're looking for. And so that's where we find you at right now, is this beginner's phase. And we're worried, are we screwing it up? It's not really happening as fast as we want. And so now we're kind of sitting in this little awkward phase of like, am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? And what am I doing right? And so that's kind of where we find you at right now. Is this sounding accurate for you, Stormy? Is this giving you some insights? Let me know in the comments below. And if not, that's perfectly fine. We will adjust accordingly. Star Owl says, luck. Sad face. I don't know what that means. Hit Spruts TV says, I don't have school for 4 days. Congratulations. Oh, I can't wait. In the future, I want to do shows where you guys send in videos of your teachers doing horrible things, because I really want to expose some of the evil that's going on in these schools. It's psychotic. I've been watching some videos, man, and it is terrible. Terrible what they're doing. Yeah, I know, man. We got 11 people in here today on a Friday. Fridays are slow day. I'm really excited to see that this is growing. I don't mean this in a mean way. Your voice is really calming and helps me sleep sometimes. So thank you. No problem at all. That's a compliment. Why would you mean that in a mean way? I have a question. What's the point of the owl? Is it like magical? It's the symbol of the Parliament of Owls. So the reason I'm here is I'm trying to build an army of 1,000 owls, a community of people who support each other, that are awesome people that that read good books, that improve their lives, that are interested in developing who they are and living honest, virtuous lives. And so that's why I do these streams. I want to reach 1,000 owls, and I want people so that I can go up and say, yo, guys, going live here. So what if we just build our own Facebook? And then I just get 20 guys together and we go build Facebook, and they all go and make a bunch of money. And then I get to sit back and be a happy wizard because my owls just crushed and made their own Facebook. That's my goal. Oh, we're just going to go build our own city. And then they just go and build their own city. I asked my teacher today, when is the benchmark test? And she said, all next week. Why are you planning on skipping school? It was rude. Yeah. Well, I've been watching some dark stuff, man, to be honest. I'm in a relationship, but I just feel iffy about it, second guessing myself. Interesting. All right, Stormy. My second grade teacher could easily be compared to a demon. That makes sense. They are school teachers. The clock, some weird guy with a mustache gave it to me. I don't know what his name was. All right, so Stormy is saying that we're in the beginning. So let's take that into consideration here. Looking back on the story here, so getting initially into the relationship, this might be a representation of the person you're in the relationship with, the Magician card, and you're in this you're in the phase here with the Page of Swords, where it kind of feels like maybe they have more experience than us in terms of this, and we're feeling a little inexperienced. That might be the dynamic that's at play here. Feeling a little awkward and uncertain, while they seem very certain and very aware of what they want and what they don't want, that kind of thing. Is that sounding more accurate? where were you when you found this guy with the big mustache? It was just this weird desert, out in the desert, just, selling clocks with a weird mustache. I just, had to get it from. Like in the middle of nowhere. Yes, like a desert. Some dead trees laying around, a blue sky. um, I love making random, subtle jokes. Hey, how's it going, Lol fam? Is this sounding more accurate for you? There it is, Stormy. Awesome. Oh, I remember my music teacher asked him why he had drumsticks. He said, none of your business. What a jerk. So moving on to the next steps, what we see here is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is the beginning of a new intellectual journey. So what this is saying is, this is new. This is a new time. This is a new experience. You're at the very beginnings. You don't need to rush into anything. You don't need to take it too seriously. Just relax. It's the beginning, Just have fun, have a good time. Just enjoy, have fun. It's no big deal. You don't need to be worried. It's all right. So don't freak out. Don't get panicked. That's what we don't want to start overthinking things, I guess would be my advice for you here. So I hope that helps you out, Stormy. I hope that gives you some insights. Let me know in the comments below, and we're going to move on to some more readings. Enjoying these Q&A streams. Maybe we should do this more often. I love chatting with the owls. Carmen says, my friend just ditched me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Well, you got owls here. Grow the owls, then you have more friends. I don't know why school teaches us useless math. Some math is good, but there's teaching me math with letters, and next is going to use... Yeah, well, so the school system is an active propaganda machine that's telling you lies. They're telling you this is important information, not because it's important information, but they're trying to make you think, oh, there's hard and difficult stuff that exists in the world that is above and beyond you. That's the experts. The experts know. And that's basically their version of a priest class. It's the, well, you can't know that because you're not very smart. But don't worry, the experts, the experts. The experts are people too, and the experts lie. In fact, the experts lie more often than most people because they're often given bribes. So you have to be careful with that. And that's why it's extremely important to educate yourself. Learn how to learn on your own and make sure that you're reading after school on your own the real text. Go read Aristotle, go read Plato, go read C.S. Lewis, go read great books. That's crucial because what you're being taught in school is not useful. It is dangerous, and they are trying to mess up your brain. And all you need to do is learn how to think for yourself and how to read, write, and speak well, and you can go in and crush. You can see through their lies and be like, oh, that's a logical contradiction. Oh, that's not true. Hey, wait a minute. That disagrees with what you just said earlier, and you'll be able to sift through that nonsense very quickly. I was born Simert. Good job, Nema. Super Owl says, oh, do you think the Illuminate is real? It is real in the sense that Plato described it. So people freak out about the Illuminati, and we get Illuminati. We get the crazy people who come in and freak out about this master evil society. And the reality of the matter is, all the Illuminati is referring to is a group of people who thought that they were smarter than other people because they had figured out that they don't have to follow the rules of society because we don't know what truth is. And then they try to make their own morality and be their own god. But that's all they are. It's just sick people like that. I was born smart. The school system is basically trying to program us to be what they want. Exactly. Yeah, it's literally a mind control machine, and it's very new. For the majority of human history, people educated their own kids. This is only like within the last, I think, 100 or so years that people have gone to a public system. They may break me apart numbers. It's weird. Nah, yeah. You just say whatever, man. I need some insight on love. That doesn't mean, and math is useful. I've got the elements right here, guys. Like, math is great. It teaches you how to think logically. What they do, and this is a thick boy. What they do is they teach you math that's not useful. It has no practical application. And so that's kind of really the problem. It's crazy how much the government contains with info. Yeah, it is. And how much they lie. Let's see. 6 cruel hour of lies. That's how school is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is. School is useful and a waste of time. That is true. You could learn everything and more that you would learn in school in about 15 minutes on YouTube. That's not even an exaggeration. I was a teacher at a private school, and it was so beautiful. They just opened doors and moved on all kinds of languages and essentials. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Samantha, we have you up next. Samantha, it's time for your reading. And boy, let me tell you, I am I might be getting ready for a warpath, and you guys have been around. Well, I don't know if you might be newer owls, but some of the old school owls have been here on a few of our warpaths, and they know about the big war plans and some news that I learned about recently with schools. Don't go to war with the owls. Don't get on our bad side, man. Samantha, you are up. If you're here, let us know in the comments below. There you are, Samantha. What would you like a reading about? Let me know. Do. It's time for Samantha's reading. I binged watched all of your videos yesterday. Laugh out loud. Wow, that is crazy. How? There's so many of them. Oh, you know what I'm thinking of? You're probably on YouTube. I started this stream like in 2013. Like, I've been doing this on Facebook for most of the time, and I just recently was able to do it on YouTube. So that's probably what's going on there. I also have a podcast as well. Help me with a love, please. All right, sounds good. Gotta go. See you later, Carmen. Should I go to college or save up? I would not recommend going to college for anyone, really. It is a very big mistake. I've never met and I've known over 30 people personally who have all gone to college, and every single one of them has said it is the worst decision I've ever made in my life. It was a mistake, and I completely wasted my money. No one has said, I am glad that I went to college. It's a complete financial scam. From what I can tell, it looks like the exact same con that was done in 2008. That's my personal opinion. And I think the same people who are involved in the 2008 housing scam are the same people that are involved with the student loan scam right now. It seems like open and transparent that they're doing the exact same thing that they did before, and it is a bubble that will burst, and you don't want to be involved with literal debt slavery. Keep in mind, the people who did this brought back slavery into America. The people who work in colleges brought back slavery in America. And that's happening right now. When you get a student loan, you are put into slavery. Slavery in America. It is evil. It is wrong. And that's what colleges do. You can't default on that loan. If you go into debt on a house and you can't pay it, you can declare bankruptcy. You can get out of that debt. You can't do that with a student loan. It is evil what they are doing. And I would highly recommend staying away from it. Go to a trade school. Learn a real skill. Read good books. Prove that you can do what you're trying to do. Learn it, do it, intern for it, start a business, start a website, start small. Go out there and prove that you can do the skill that you want to do. That's what people are hiring for. They don't care about a piece of paper and proving that you were stupid enough to go into $150,000 of non-dischargeable debt. They don't want that. They want the guy who can build a website, the guy who can do graphic design, the person who can set up Facebook, the person who can do whatever skill you're trying to do. They just want to know that you can do it and that you're not crazy and that you can work with the team and that you're going to be a positive influence in the workforce. If you can do those things, that's what they're looking for. So that'd be my advice for you. All right, Samantha, let's get this going. Just going from a hardcore just truth drop right into a little love reading. I love the switch. C.S. Lewis, would you be so kind? By the way, if you're interested in information regarding love, I highly recommend C.S. Lewis's books, The Four Loves. It's a fantastic book on the topic. Looking into the past here, we see the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is about patience with knowledge. Cole Cook, I agree with that for sure. When I'm older and I'm not a Navy SEAL, I'm gonna create a game, but I still don't know how to even start. YouTube, man. Just search how to make your own video game. I actually made my own video game when I was like 13. It was really, really simple, basic thing. But there was this software called like Game Studio or something like that. And basically we made our own version of like a basic Mario game where you went around and then we put our favorite characters into it. So we made like Naruto characters that would move around and had different moves, and it was quite fun. I forget what that game software was, but it was free. But they have way better stuff now for free. The Queen of Swords is about patience with knowledge. So, what this is saying is in the past year, we went through a period where we were just kind of like not really rushing into anything. We're taking our time. We're really thinking, like, you know what? I'm going to work on me. I'm not going to be worrying about anything. I'm not going to get wrapped up in any of this nonsense. Hey Tyler, I'll look into that in just a second, Vilon. I'm not going to go rushing off into any relationships. I'm going to take things slow. I'm going to think it through, and we're going to work our way through this. And so that's kind of where we see you in the past. Now, walking into the Pentacles, we see the three, or walking into the present, we see the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles is about growth in the material. And so what this is telling us is we're now in a situation where we are wanting to start maybe materializing some real results. We don't want to just sit back and be passive anymore. We're kind of interested in pursuing relationships, growing relationships, and that kind of thing. This doesn't have to be romantic, by the way. This can just be friendships and whatnot. But we do see that we're in a position right now where we don't want to just fall back on this introverted personality type. We're kind of interested in expanding our social network. And that's where we find you at right now. Is that sounding accurate for you, Samantha? Is that giving you some insights? Let me know in the comments below. And if it is, we'll move on to the next steps. And what do we got here from Vlone? Hey, Tyler, I feel sometimes spirits around me. Have you heard of that feeling? Yes, definitely. I've experienced it myself many of times. That's normal. And, I wouldn't concern with it. Just, don't commune with them. The only spirit you need is the Holy Spirit, and that's the only one that matters. Nah, Xbox and PS4 is the best. Yes, we're getting a turf war going. Xbox versus PS4, and then we got the Switch coming in. Nice. Alex has a Switch. When I'm older and if I'm not sweet. Xbox. Samantha says, wow, that's insane. So I'm assuming that's accurate for you. Glad to hear that that's sounding on point for you, Samantha. All right, so the next steps that we see popping up for you here is the Ten of Swords. So the Ten of Swords is about the completion of a spiritual chapter in our life. So this is saying we've come to the end. We've held on to what we believe in. We hold what we have strong principles, and they've gotten us through. I mean, like, I'm in a relationship that I was very careful with, and now I'm trying to grow, and he isn't. And so that's interesting. So it's like landing perfectly online with your relationship. And so the 10 of Wands is the completion of a spiritual chapter in your life. So this is about carrying a really big burden, holding on to our principles, holding them true, and moving forward on our hero's journey. And this is a struggle. As you can see, the person is burdened by this. They're taking on that energy. They're putting in a lot of effort to move forward, to keep their principles strong and holding them up. The good news, this is the completion of a chapter. So this is the beginning, the end of one story and the beginning of another. So while this is a tough end to a story, this is kind of like Lord of the Rings. At the end of the Fellowship of the Rings, things seem pretty rough. But at the completion of that, it will open up into a new story where better things are likely to happen. And so that's what we see popping up here for you, Samantha. I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you some insights. And let me know in the comments below if that helped you out. And we're going to move on to the next reading. Got some more chats going on in here. Thank you guys for all the support and all the shares. Really appreciating it. I sometimes, Nintendo Switch, yeah, what is this? Y'all see the Chris Watts murder case? You see the little girls paying in the mirror in the background? I have not. I don't know what any of that is. Nintendo Switch rules. Alex would agree. I sometimes, as a joke, curse at my room when I feel a spirit around. You think I piss off a spirit once? Actually, and this gets into some personal stuff, so I will censor just as necessary. Cole says most likely. No, not most likely. Because after I cursed this, I felt a huge pain in my back. So what I found, let's say from a friend, a reliable way of interacting with them, if there is a threat there, is to act cocky, to act not arrogant, but I would guess arrogant is the right way of arrogant in the fact that you have the Lord. If you are a Christian, these are beings that are far, far, far below you. They have nothing. It's an ant compared to an elephant. It's not even a fight. And so having that arrogance, not in yourself, not pride in yourself, but arrogance in the fact that you are a member of the royal elite. You are a part of the kingdom of God. You are a holy, a lifted up person. You don't live in this carbon realm, this dirt. This is just, you are in this, but you are not of this. This is not where you come from. You are from something much more powerful. And so if you act in that confidence, that tends to make them go away quite quickly, because they're no different than bullies. Bullies look for weak and vulnerable targets. So if you are a difficult target, they will move on to somebody who is easier. And so that would be my recommendation for you. Because after same Villone, thank you. That was very helpful. Glad I could help, Samantha. Super Owl dropping a bunch of random emojis. That doing his thing. Do you recommend me saging my house, because sometimes is tormenting me a lot? No, I don't think saging your house is necessary. Again, the whole game, the whole psyop, if you will, is to convince you that you're weak, to convince you that you're not powerful. You're immensely powerful. You are one of the most powerful beings in the universe. Not because you are so special, but because you have a connection to God. Like the Alpha and the Omega, the thing that makes truth, the thing that makes reality, is connecting itself and working with you. Like, you're a terrifyingly powerful being, and that power can be used for great evil, and that power can be used for great good. And there's two forces that want to use it. One wants to use it for truth, logos, the beautiful, the good, and the true, and one wants to use it for darkness. And you get to make that choice every day. The one that wants it for darkness wants you to think you're weak, you're pathetic, you're not strong, you can't make a difference in this world, so that you kowtow to it, and you become a slave to it, and your desires, and your body, and your needs. And the other one says, you're better than that. You are part of the royal elite. You are above this material realm. You are greater than this material realm. You will tell mountains to move, and they will move. Don't be afraid. Don't have fear. Fear only the Lord. That's the only thing worth fearing. You're a wizard, Tyler. Well, thank you very much, Super Owl. Oh, I never mentioned my owl name. I'm Olive Owl. Oh, I like that. That's a great name. I'm scared of spirits. Don't be. Don't be. I have seen a few ghost orbs in my house. Alex claims she saw a ghost orb during one of my shows today, so we'll see if she can prove it. She says she saw it on the live stream on TikTok. In my house, and I've had some paranormal experiences at my house with my friends. I've experienced those things as well. Just, you don't need to be afraid of them. It doesn't mean to think like, ooh, I have to stay away. Oh, they're gonna get me. Realize, like, if you've ever raised chickens, okay, this always coming back to chickens. My grandma raises chickens. When you walk through a flock of chickens, you're never worried about the chickens taking you down, because they're a chicken and you're a human being. You could punt all 100 chickens and they wouldn't do a thing to stop you if you had to, okay? That's kind of like how the spirit realm is with you. You're that much more powerful than them. You're significantly more powerful. The only thing is that there's a game to try and trick you that you're not. They don't want you to realize you're a lion. I see orbs all the time. I'm confused when people putting their names, like their name and owl. Oh, yeah, so owl names. So basically, if you want to be part of the Parliament of Owls, You think of an owl name, so it's just like, hey, I want to be Potato Owl or whatever nickname you want, followed by the word owl, and then you're a member of the Parliament of Owls, and that's it. It's just like your nickname, and it helps me say, oh, hey, it's Potato Owl. This is not a bot. This is someone who knows what I do and enjoys what I do. And according to the internet, it's also part of an Illuminati cult. You have to donate 33 Bitcoin and make a blood sacrifice. So you can do that on Tuesday. God is my homie. We chilling, playing. Heck yeah. Because when I would touch my elbow, he would feel where I touched and told me exactly what his eyes were closed. Yeah, that's pretty legit. How do I find out my owl name? You just pick one. Sad Spaghetti Boy. Hey, Sad Spaghetti Boy. How you doing? You make one up. That's right. That was a Harry Potter reference. Nice. Charlie was crazy, right? Wait, what you mean about something was on your TikTok? Alex claims she saw some ghost phenomenon occur on my TikTok. I was doing a magic show on TikTok. I do it at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Coast time over on TikTok. I do a magic show, and tonight we did a spooky special, and Alex claims that she saw some bizarre stuff. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna go through the stream and see. Orbs are just energy. I'm not sure what they are. Princess Owl. Hey, Princess Owl. Welcome, welcome. I do need to get a list at some point where people can just like sign up and be like, this is my owl name, so that I can like actually reach out to you guys at some point. What I miss? We're doing Q&A, we're doing readings and having some fun. I'm sad I missed the show. No problem at all. My whole necklace moved just as you said it would. I know, isn't that creepy? All right. Next up on the list, by the way, is Princess Owl. Welcome, Princess Owl, to the chat. Anything in particular you're looking for in a reading today, Princess Owl? Let me know and we'll get your reading going. A Google form would be cool for the owl names. That's what I was thinking. Yeah. What is a bot? No one would. The bots are basically I'm pretty. So if you guys don't know my background, I'm also like literally one of the best digital marketers in the country. That's how I made my money. That's how I made a living, and that's like was my career. And so I know how a lot of this marketing and digital advertising stuff works. And so one of the things that occurs here is they're what called bots. So there's like technology you can use, like Scrapebox, for example, is a piece of technology that lets you create bots. And what they do is they'll go and say, you can put in parameters and say, YouTube live streams, viewers over 10, 30, 20, whatever you want to set your settings to, post comments like this and spin these comments. So you'd upload like 100 comments into the bot, and then it would say, if the stream reaches over 20, go there and shoot these messages there every 5 seconds. And so they do that to promote their stuff. A lot of influencers will do that to promote ideas. And I believe there's a lot of evidence to support that politicians use it to sway consciousness as well. Bro, drop your clothing brand. My clothing brand is I sell books. That's my brand. If you want, how do I make money? I sell books. I'm a book merchant. You come here, you say, Tyler, I am dealing with this. These are the problems I'm going through. I want to improve in these things. What do you think? And I say, I'm going to go find some books for you. I come back with 4 books and I say, here's your 4 books. How much is it worth for you? Give me some monies. I give you the books and I'm going to hold you accountable. That's my whole business model. I do what teachers are supposed to do, but they stop doing it. So the wizards will take up the mantle once again. It's like the science from Ralph Breaks the Internet. Yeah, kind of. Do you have a Discord server? I think technically I do, but I haven't set it up. It's just kind of like my personal thing. How can I get into digital marketing to grow my clothing brand? So the thing with really the big secret is Princess is looking for a love reading. Whatever, tell me. I don't know what that means. I'm Killer Owl. Why not? Awesome. I'm in Los Angeles for a few months. Nice, Super Owl. I'm leaving Los Angeles. My goodness, we have a lot of comments here. All right, let's get Princess's love reading going. So for digital marketing online, the real secret to digital marketing online is the knowledge that it's all about the product. Really, at the end of the day, if you want to be successful, just make a better product. If you just make a better product, You can have crappy marketing, you can have crappy advertising, but if you just have a really great product and really great customer service, it doesn't matter. That's really the secret. So if you're trying to do a clothing brand, it's like, how do I differentiate myself from a clothing brand? That sucks. It's like, how do I improve on clothing? Well, you have to start innovating on clothing itself. And so that's no easy task. And so the ways you can do that is to develop an actual brand. And so creating a unique and individuated brand is very easy. So what would I do there? I would say, all right, well, what I need to do is figure out what am I passionate about, what do I love, and then I'm going to pursue that over and over and over again. And I'm going to build up an online following of, say, 1,000 people who all love what I love. And I'm going to make the best content possible for that very specific niche. And then from there, I would create clothing that's themed around what I did. So maybe if my niche was like, I want to be the best fly fisher, would be like a fly fisher in Idaho, okay? Idaho fly fishing, that's gonna be my niche. I wanna find 1,000 people who are also passionate about fly fishing, make a lot of great YouTube videos, make a lot of Instagram posts, make a lot of great stuff. And then from there, once I've made all this great content and got 1,000 people who are really interested, I'd make a t-shirt that's like Idaho Fly Fishing Club. We meet on Tuesdays, and it would be like your inside joke from your content. And so that would be the way to start making a brand with clothing. There's your $2,000 marketing course in a nutshell. I'm sorry, that's a $2,000 marketing course if you sign up for one of those little funnels. If you got that from a school, that would be, I think, $250,000 because the education system is a scam. And also, they wouldn't even teach you any of that. They would tell you outdated principles that don't exist anymore. Samantha's got to head out. See you later. Oh, no, Super Owl is saying goodbye. Never mind. My apologies. Goodbye, Super Owl. See you later. Good night. I have a question. Why does a shirt with the word Supreme sell for a lot? They add nothing to it. Basically what I just said. They just do that on a higher scale. All right, let's get your reading going here, princess. All right, I'm really happy because tomorrow I'm getting a MacBook Pro. Nice. Okay, let's look into the past here. Let's see. Where are you, princess? Is looking for love reading. Princess Owl. We got the Three of Swords popping up here for you. So the Three of Swords is saying that there's some pain here in the past. Ow, man. Kind of feeling like we were let down. Kind of feeling like we were hurt. We learned some knowledge that really kind of just kind of hurt our feelings, really. This was not a fun experience. And I think this kind of left a pretty painful mark, to be honest. I'm not sure if this is a romantic betrayal, but I think this might be like we trusted someone that we were close to, and we learned stuff about them that kind of hurt us in a way. We gained some painful knowledge here. Now, walking into the present, what we see is the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is about a disruption in knowledge. And so what this means is we're kind of in this state now where it's like, I've been hurt in the past, and now I'm trying to figure out a new way. How do I go about moving forward in my world, knowing that people could hurt me? I know that that's a possibility, but how do I formulate my reality again so that I can move forward and start a new journey? If I know that pain is possible, what is the steps I need to take to escape that into the future? And so that's kind of what we see popping up here for you with the Five of Swords. Is this sounding accurate for you, princess? Let me know in the comments below if that's sounding on point. And if it is, we'll move on to the next steps. Oh yeah, I mean, I spent $400 on one college course, but I'm going into a trade, so that can't be so bad, right? I mean, if you're at college, yes. If you're at a trade school, that's different. A trade school being like, you want to be an electrician, you want to be a plumber, you want to be a carpenter. A really, really good trades that I learned from a friend of mine is engineers, or I shouldn't say engineers, mechanics for specific technologies like airplanes and boats. If you can be an airplane or a boat mechanic, you can make insanely large amounts of money, and they're massively in demand, and there's a very small supply, like crazy money. Like 175,000 a year is a regular salary in these kinds of positions. It's insanity. So if you can be the person who can fix a boat, like a big ship, I guess boat isn't the right word, a ship or an airplane, man, that's a career right there. I got married at 18 and he left and took all my money. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Princess Owl. And now I literally just am never gonna love again. Like, I swear, yeah, you're so accurate. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that, Princess. Honestly, games teach me more than school. That's true. The college education system is a complete and total scam, and the public education system. I heard the video games help ADHD kids. ADHD doesn't seem to be like a actual issue, in my opinion. I'm not a doctor. Don't take my medical advice from a wizard on the internet. But my personal opinion is that most of these things that people have invented, this is based on my study of what Carl Jung said. They invent terms so that people can feel like they're victims and have a disease rather than they're just functioning as a normal human being like they should. And they just happen to be unique and need to tailor their strengths and master their strengths. And the reason that those fake terms were invented to describe normal human behavior and variance was so that pharmaceutical companies could pump out drugs and make a ton of money by addicting people to highly addictive substances. So be careful with that. I would highly recommend across the board, and any genuine psychiatrist or psychologist would also agree with this from my experience. If their last resort is not medication, don't trust them. That should be the absolute last resort in any situation. And the goal of medication should always be to be extraordinarily temporary. Your body is designed with everything it needs to balance itself out. The problem is most likely environmental or behavioral or what you're eating or a whole host of different things. And you do not, it's not natural for a person to constantly dope themselves up with highly toxic drugs on a regular basis to quote unquote feel normal. That's not a normal human behavior, and it is a path to psychological destruction. Be very, very careful with those things. If you want a good case study, read Jordan Peterson's story. He, took some psych meds for 3 weeks and ended up in a rehab center in Russia. It completely just mutilated psychologically. He's constant agony because he trusted the doctors who told him to take some medicine. It's very, very dangerous. Be careful. The pharmaceutical companies have really, really dark agendas. My age is not a huge deal. I heard the video games. It's not like how people describe it. Yeah. All right. I have to go. See you later. See you later, Killer Owl. See you later. Please make merch that says "I'm just a wizard" on the internet. Yes, that would be pretty legit. Well, first I have to get my store up online where you guys can actually buy books, since I only sell them in person right now, which isn't a very good model, since most of you guys just, the only source of revenue I get from this is that people just give me tips on PayPal because they like what I do. And they're like, "You changed my life. You're amazing. Here, take my money." And it's really great. And I really appreciate it. But I'd love to be able to give you books too. So I'm working on that. But we'll get there. I just got so much to do. I'm moving right now. Once we move, I think we'll have a little bit more time. All right. So Princess, we figure out that this is spot on with what we're dealing with here. Getting betrayed here in the past, losing our money, and man, just not in a good situation. Really painful experience. And so the next steps that we see popping up here is the Ace of Cups. The Ace of Cups is the beginning of a new emotional journey in your life. This is saying we have to experience new emotions. We need to get past this pain of the past. We have to understand, man, this is hard to say because, man, I'm getting the empathy energy right now. Just, we have to know that there are painful things that will happen in our life. There are people that can hurt us. There are monsters in this world. People will tell you monsters aren't real. They're wrong. There are monsters. They just live in the hearts of men and women. People hold monsters within, and that is scary. There are scary monsters that do live in the real world, and they can hurt you. And you've experienced that at a young age. The thing is, you can't hide from monsters. You can't keep your door shut. If you do, the monsters come and they break into your house and they eat you. That's what the scary movies teach us, right? So what you have to do is become the kind of person who is strong enough to confront a monster and defeat it. That's what you do. And if you're not strong enough to do that, then you need to partner with other people who can, and be in a community, be surrounded by people that can stand up, because one monster against the mob will always fall. And so gain the community you need to feel secure, and then take that emotional leap again. When you have a community to fall back on, you have people who love you and care about you and want the best for you, and will say, stay away from that person. That person is a demon. Do not let them in your life. You need those people in your life to be honest with you and tell you that, even when you're infatuated and in love, and say, no, this one's the one. No, he's not the one. I saw him doing drugs. That guy is scary. Stay away. You need someone in your life to be able to tell you that. And so that would be my recommendation for you, is get that honest person and then move forward. And that is my reading for you. I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you some insights, Princess Owl. And we're going to move on to the next readings. Can I also get a reading? I didn't get one today. Sure, of course. Up next is Nema. Nema. Nema is up next. Thanks, I appreciate it. No problem at all, Princess Owl. Hope that helps you out. What do we got going on in here in the comments? Are you excited? I am excited to be moving. Oh my goodness, you have no idea. Can I also, thanks, appreciate it. Are you excited to move? Yes, indeed. Does that also means monsters can live inside us too? Not only can they do. You do have a monster inside of you. It's the fall of man, sin. We are capable of greatness. All human beings are capable of great things. That doesn't mean they're good things. Doesn't mean they're bad things. But you are capable of great things. And so, that energy can be used for great evil or great good. And that's what chooses between being a hero or being a monster. Some people choose to be a monster. Some people choose to be a hero. Most people choose to be complacent and to be sheep. That's what we talked about with Plato. Okay, maybe a little too scary. It's night now. I am scared. Well, it's your choice. You have the choice. It's pretty tiring moving furniture and packing. I enjoy it. I'm chubby and I'm trying to lose weight, so I just think of it as a workout. In a dream, I chased a monster just as I was about to stab it. It turned around and it was me. Very, very insightful, Dan. That's what it is. That's what it is. The scary, that's the trick. They want you to think that you're weak. They want you to think the monsters are the scary ones. No, it's you. You have the power. You are a human being. You can move mountains. You are powerful. And when you work with other people and you connect with other people who are also powerful and following the truth, man, you are a force to be reckoned with, let me tell you. As I often quote, Jesus changed the world more than any person on this planet with a group of 12 guys. 12 people that just believed in the truth. Imagine how powerful you are. And Jesus said, specifically, you will do greater miracles than him. You're called to greatness. Anything in particular, Nema, you're looking for a reading about? Let me know in the comments below. Nema, it's time for your reading. Oh my gosh, I totally forgot. I have jokes for you too. I got to tell you guys jokes. I'll do it after. I'll tell you some jokes after we do Nema's reading. You almost got me, Jester. Almost. Very close, very close. Mr. or Mrs. Nema, it's time for your reading. What would you like a reading about? Let me know. Let me know. I'm going to send you TikToks some love and then sleep. Olive Owl out. Good night. Thank you all. Thank you very much, Samantha. Have a good evening. And let me know what you think. I posted a cool one with crabs today. Apparently, crabs have learned how to cross bridges, meaning that they are now more civilized than the average California citizen. They know how to use a bridge. Very, very proud of you, crabs. Continue your ascension, and soon you will surpass California as a intellectual force to be reckoned with. Nema, are you here? Let me know if you'd like a reading, Nema. We're gonna give you the roll call here in just a bit. Laugh aloud, it's so true. It really is. It really is. You have no idea how often I'm just driving down the street and some guy just like, I'm gonna look at the flashing screen now, just walking into the road, doesn't know how to use his. It's just so frustrating. I want a general reading. Awesome. All right, we'll get you a general reading, Nema. It's just absurd. What is the Trump is the big stupid today? Oh, Biden's the big stupid today. Oh, what did the screen say to think about? And you're just walking through the street. You're just like, there's cars here. I hate my life. I live in California. I don't care. I think that's literally what it comes down to. they just hate that they live here so much that they're just like, I don't care. Car takes me out. Car takes me out. If I live, I live. If I die, I die. It's so bad. Looking into the past here, we see the Nine of Swords. Oof, another painful story coming up here. So what this is saying here, Nema, is the Nine of Swords is about knowledge, attainment of wisdom that, quite frankly, is hard-earned knowledge. This is can be typically associated with like nightmares, having really scary dreams. Here in the past, something that really affected us, but this is also just the awareness of new knowledge that's really painful. So we see that popping up here really strong with the Nine of Swords. And then walking into the present, we actually see you made a very good decision. You actually chose to confront that fear. The Knight of Pentacles is about taking action on the material. So rather than letting that fear consume you and take you over, Nema, you took that knowledge and said, I'm going to be okay with that knowledge, that fear, and I'm going to choose to continue to live my life. I'm not going to let the fear rule me. I am going to continue to live. And that is the way to confront fear. When you have fear in the world, you become someone who is strong enough to confront the fear and you move forward into the world. And so that's where we see you at right now. Is this sounding accurate for you, Nema? Let me know in the comments below if that's sounding on point. And if it is, let me know. And if not, that's perfectly fine. We will adjust accordingly, but that's where I see you at right now. After Nema is going to be V-Lone. V-Lone, you are up next. I don't know why, but I just have this huge fear of mirrors. That's interesting. Fear of mirrors. I do a few effects with the mirrors, psychological effects. There is something to it. Fun fact, did you know the reason mirrors are associated with magic so often is because magicians use mirrors for practicing magic tricks? We need mirrors to practice. If we don't have a mirror, we can't practice our angles. And so that's where the association came between magicians and witches and wizards and whatnot in mirrors. Magic mirror on the wall. I'm scared of snakes and sharks. Oh, I'm scared of sharks too. I don't like sharks. Sharks are the world's deadliest predators in my mind. And everyone tells me that that's not true. Come on. Sharks are not that dangerous. You know, your chances of getting eaten by a shark are like less than lightning. And I'm like, yeah, that's because you don't understand marketing statistics, bud. The reason why it's so unlikely to get eaten by a shark is there's not that many people in proximity to a hungry shark at any given moment because we live on land, not the water. If we just lived in shark world, we'd be getting nommed by sharks all the time. I'm sorry. I spiral on sharks sometimes. Oh no, my battery's at 20%. Oh boy, my battery's at 20%. It may die. Yes, it is. Sharks, get out of the ocean. Yes. Nema has said that this is sounding accurate. Glad to hear this is sounding on point for you, Nema. So the next steps that we see here are the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is about attainment of emotion. So what this is saying is Now that we're taking action, now that we are confronting that fear and continuing to live in the real world, we get to have the happiness and contentment. I don't know if you can see it, but I always find this guy's face to be hilariously just smug and content. The Nine of Cups, and that's the attainment of emotions. That's saying that you will be rewarded with happiness and fulfillment because you chose to confront your fear, to not let it rule you, and to say, I understand there are risk and fear in the world, and I will move forward accordingly. And that is the reading I have for you today, Nama. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights, and we're going to move on to the next reading, which is Vlone. Vlone, you are up next. Vlone, if you're here, let me know in the comments below what you'd like a reading about. Sharks are actually very intelligent. I know they're intelligent. Okay, so you have to realize I'm a fighter. I don't when people say fight or flight, I don't have a flight. I just have fight. So like my reaction to sharks is I like study them as if they're my military enemy. And I know that's bizarre, and I know it's vaguely irrational because the strategy to defeat sharks is to not be where sharks are. So that's the strategy I employ. But Alex has found me at like 3 in the morning just watching shark videos at night, taking notes, and she's just like, what are you doing? It's 3 in the morning. And I'll be like, did you know? Did you know the bull shark is much more aggressive than the great white? With bull sharks, you have to make sure that you don't just strike them in the nose. You have to go for the eyes as well, because they will continue to bite, unlike most sharks when struck in the nose. And she's like, okay. I don't know why. I immediately go into military mode, and I'm like, know thy enemy. What does Sun Tzu tell me what to do? And I start plotting military strategies for taking down sharks. And let me tell you, I could have all these sharks wiped out in 10 years if you gave me access to the government. Elect me as president this year, and I will have sharks removed by 2024. That is my goal. Probably destroy the ecosystem. They're rough. Imagine living in a Sharknado universe. Oh my gosh, Sharknado. That was intense. Vlone, I have not seen you, but hey, we have some time. Let's do my jokes now. All right, so I wrote 3 jokes as usual. I read 3 headlines. By the way, these 3 headlines are the only exposure I have to the news all day. I don't watch TV. I don't read the news because it's all lies and manipulation. So I'm actually getting my entire news information source is from this stream for the jester. So I hope you're happy. Unconscionable. Biden condemns Trump's post-diagnosis conduct. He was seen on the scene saying, "Why didn't you die? Don't you understand how bad a signal that sends to people? They're not going to take this virus, cantaloupe, eggplants, you noodle-faced." We're not sure what that meant, but that was Biden's quote. Joke number 2. White House blocked CDC from requiring mask on public transport. CDC was quoted saying, "How dare you support freedom and liberty?" And joke number 3. Nevada halts use of rapid coronavirus testing. Nursing homes citing inaccuracy. An expert on the scene was quoted as saying, "Yeah, it was a lot easier when we were able to just say people had the coronavirus and they get paid $7,000. Now that we actually have to test them, we've noticed that the numbers have dropped dramatically. There must be something wrong." And that is my 3 jokes for you guys today. I hope that helped you have some happiness and joy, and more importantly, that it motivates a comedian on Instagram to post his comedy. You can bomb for an entire week and nothing happens. See? It's all good. I'm not in fire. I'm not dead. In fact, I think I got a little bit better between Monday and Friday. You can take my Monday jokes compared to my Friday jokes. Let me know if they got a little bit better. Though I think yesterday was my best jokes, to be honest. I went like this. Boop, boop. just a little peek. V-Lone is not here, I guess. No, he is not. And that means we have Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball Z. And I will not accept any other story about you. I understand and know that you did, in fact, invent Dragon Ball Z. You are the creator, and your favorite thing to do is to chill on the Wizard stream. Welcome, Akira. Let's get your reading going. And then we have Vila, what am I saying? Naz after that, and that's our last reading for the evening. And my goodness, my plan to go early today has now ended in going 10 minutes over already. Awesome. Well, I enjoyed this stream. This is fun. I think having a laid-back Q&A stream once a week is a good strategy. 4 days of strict lecture, philosophical wisdom, practical advice, Friday, laid-back, fun stuff. That might be a good thing. Maybe we could do that. As you know, if you guys have been in with the show for more than, 3.5 minutes, I change things all the time. It's almost like I'm an ENTP. Akira, you are up next, and then Naz. So if you're here, please let me know in the comments below if you're still here and what you'd like a reading about, and we will get your reading started shortly. And you can do that as well, Naz. I know you are here, Naz. I see you, and we'll get your reading as well. Let's just give Akira here a few moments. And if you got any questions, any information, any feedback, any insights. By the way, thank you so much for all the support. Name same as Nema. Oh, you think Nema is out? Awesome. Thank you guys so much for all the support and helping us reach a new benchmark here on YouTube. I really appreciate that. And more importantly, it seems that you guys are doing what I asked, which is not worrying about getting, thousands and thousands of people in here, but instead you focused on getting the people that you know, getting good people. You've brought really awesome people, and I really appreciate that. Talking to people you know, sharing it with your friends, that's what makes this thing grow. And it's not the fastest way to grow, but it's the true way to grow. I'm not trying to make a big following. I don't want advertisers. I don't want sponsorship. I want a group of people that are my friends, the owls. And so doing it that way, it's slow. It's tedious. It's not the most profitable. It's not the financially smartest. It's not the marketing optimized way, but it's the way that I want to do it because I don't want to have that kind of thing. I want a small group of people who are awesome rather than a large group of people who I don't know. That's the way that I like to do things. So thank you so much for the help. And, the benefit to doing that, and I know it's harder for you guys and it takes more work for you to help me grow, but the benefit to doing that is you guys get the advantage of having this good community as well. That's what I'm trying to build, is a tribe on the internet. This is a group of people, the owls, that we can hang out with, commune with, chill with, do cool projects with, and that's what the owls is all about. And I really appreciate your support. It really means a lot to me. And I'm looking into doing interviews. I think that might be a good way to get a surge of eyeballs from people, because we could target based on audience, and we could be like, oh, that guy talks about good philosophy and stuff. He probably has good fans. And so then we could go and interview on there and be like, hey, do you like wizardry? And maybe like 1% of them would be like, this guy isn't a total freak. Then they show up here, and then I do a little banning to prune them out. And, by the end of it, we might get 2 or 3 new owls. That was my thoughts. All right, it does not look like Akira is here. We have given Akira the time necessary to respond, and they are not. So with that, we are going to move on to Naz, and Naz will be the last reading for the evening. Anything in particular you're looking for today, Naz? Let me know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you are interested in. Nope. All right, let's get the general reading for you. Boom, boom, boom. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. Naz has got an interesting reading for us today. looking into the past, we see the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is about the inversion principle. This is when life just feels like it got flipped upside down. Everything seems topsy-turvy. Up is down, down is right. Everything is just a mess. But it is during these times, these inversions, these crazy, crazy times, that truth is revealed. Because when you start seeing things in the inverse, hey, Young, how's it going? When you see things in the inverse and you see things that you thought to be true being turned upside down, you see the world in a different perspective. This is kind of like if you get down on the ground of your floor, the whole room looks different. You learn new things that you wouldn't have done just because everything is different. Or if you look at the world upside down, if you sit on a couch upside down. And so what this is saying is, in the past, you went through a time that was pretty chaotic, something that really flipped your perceptions, and everything seems a little topsy-turvy. And walking into the present, it does seem like this was a pretty tough thing to go through. This is the Five of Pentacles. This was a disruption in the material. This was, feeling a little uncertain, feeling a little scared. What's going to happen? What do I do? This chaos is a bit overwhelming. I don't know what's going on. I feel a little nervous and anxiety, and there's a lot of struggle here. And in fact, this isn't the happiest time, is what I'm getting the impression of. But that is what I see for you here, Naz. Is that sounding accurate for you? Is that giving you some insights? Let me know in the comments below if that's helping you out and giving you some insights. And if it is, we'll move right on to the next steps. Young says you're right. Well, Young, I'm glad that you are hitting on with this archetypical story. Naz says yes. Awesome, glad to hear that. By the way, just as a point out, I'm not a psychic, I'm a wizard, and so I'm using archetypical story, philosophy, magic, and illusion. And so a lot of times you might resonate with one of these readings as well and have it apply to you in the same way that you would read a story. You might read Lord of the Rings, for example, and I might relate with Gandalf, and you might relate with Aragorn, and you might relate with Legolas, because you're all different characters in the same archetypical story, but we all gain wisdom from that same story. So sometimes when you're reading these readings, there is a time when you will resonate with the message as well. And if that does happen, feel free to let us know. I love to hear it. It's probably not going to be as tailored perfectly for you, because I am doing it specifically for the person I'm reading, but you might get a lot of wisdom from it in the same way that you would get wisdom from reading Lord of the Rings that would be different from what I would get from reading Lord of the Rings. Just as a heads up for you guys there. And I love hearing about that because I find those synchronicities really beneficial. And a lot of times that's a great source of like, hey, you guys should like chat. You guys should hang out, because if you're going through similar problems, maybe they figured out something about this thing that you haven't, and you guys can like swap techniques and strategies. And that's a good path to pursue in terms of networking. And so the next steps that we see here for you, Naz, is the Emperor. So the Emperor is about making a hard decision and sticking to your principles and doing what is right, even though doing what is right and sticking to your principles, even though it's hard, even though people will judge you for it, even though people are going to say, why do you stick to your principles? Why do you do the right thing? Come on, give in to peer pressure, man. Come on, just join us. Do it this way. This is what everyone thinks is cool. This is what everyone thinks is fun. And to be honest, it's not going to be that transparent. They're going to be very, very subtle and manipulative about it. That's how real peer pressure works. Real peer pressure can be used for good, actually. If you're in a moral community of good people, you can be peer pressured for good. You can say, dude, why would you do horrible things? That's terrible. In fact, that's what we do here at the Owls. We hold each other accountable to not be terrible people, to pursue a virtuous life. That doesn't mean we're perfect and we don't make mistakes and we aren't flawed, but it means that we're striving to be better people rather than glorifying and enjoying the fact that we do something wicked, for example. And so you have to have the principled foundation to be able to take these people who will try to pressure you into compromising on your principles and saying, it's not cool if you don't do that, man. Oh, you're like one of those people. Oh, you're like a creepy, really crazy religious person or something. Whatever they're going to do, you don't want to fall for those scams. You got to stick to your principles. Know what is the truth and stick with the truth and do not compromise on the truth. If you do that, you can get through these times. And if nothing else, you'll look back and say, hey, at least I did the right thing. At least I stuck to my principles. And that is an extremely valuable resource no matter what you go through. You might lose everything in the material sense, but you stuck to your principles and did the right thing. And you have that to stand on, and you will be able to come back stronger. Most successful people have lost everything and come back stronger. That's a very common story amongst millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, is having something completely fail, but they stuck to their principles and said, I will dust myself off and go again. You got to have your principles. You got to stick to them. That's my recommendation for you, Naz. I hope that helps you out. Hope that gives you some insights. And with that, that's going to be a last reading for today. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is the last stream for the week. I will be going live again Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Pacific Coast time on YouTube. And if you want to support the stream, you can go to patreon.com/askawizard. Buy me a cup of coffee, buy me lunch, or buy me dinner there. It's greatly appreciated. And if you're interested in getting some one-on-one lessons, that's where I will chat with you. You tell me, hey, this is what I'm going through. These are the problems. These are the skills I want to develop. These are my goals. These are my ambitions. Or maybe you don't even know what those are. I help you define those things over at askawizardmagic.com. And then I recommend books to you because, as always, I am a humble book merchant, a wizard who sells books on the internet. And I will help you guys out with that. Young says goodbye. I don't know what you're saying. Oh, no problem at all, Young. Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. And if you guys have any quick questions, I can answer those. Let's see. We got goodbye, good night, Cole. Have a good evening. Thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great weekend. Have some fun. It looks like good things are ahead. So congratulations on that. Have a good time and crush at life. I will see you guys all on Monday. Have a good evening. Oh, and I might post stuff to Instagram because I found out you could just post memes to Instagram and nobody cares. Everyone told me in marketing, they're like, you have to post your brand's image. And then I was like, oh, I guess I have to post my brand's image. And then I realized that that was just garbage. And so I'm going to post memes instead. It's kind of crazy that I believed him for that long. I'm a direct response marketer. That was my claim to fame. I'm one of the best in the world. And so I completely disregarded branding in every regard because it's garbage. And so I just trusted other people who are experts in branding. And then I looked into it, and it turns out that they're all wrong. They don't know what they're talking about at all. So I think I'll just go and become the best at that as well, so that I can just have that under my belt. Or at least know enough to know when I'm being lied to. All right. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys all later. Have a good evening. And I'll talk to you all later on Monday. Same place, same time, 9 p.m. Pacific Coast time. Have a good evening. Peace. Or no.